very short set because they were part of the Gong Show on a Monday night and they did very well, and so they've come back here to do their short set. So you give them loads of love, and please welcome to the stage Sally Firth.
Hello everyone, it's lovely to be here. I really needed a break from the cage fighting. You're right, I have retired. I'm actually here in place of my son. He won the Gong Show, but he's got food poisoning. Now, they couldn't get anyone else at the last minute, so I thought I'd do it. I've got a lot of time on my hands since the Samaritans asked me to leave. Now, in case you think I'm not going to be funny, don't worry. I've seen my son's act 3 times, and I think I can remember what he says. So first I need to tell you a bit about myself. My name's Sally. I've been married to Roger for 26 years. Thank you. Does seem longer though. Now, most of you won't know this, but when you've been with the same person for a while, things can get a little stale in the sex department. But I was still quite upset when Roger said to me recently, "You are so predictable. Why don't you ever surprise me? Dress up or something." So the next day, when he got home from work, I did surprise him. I was wearing his mother's clothes. He wasn't laughing. I always thought he wanted me to be a bit more like her, but it didn't go down well. I think it was too soon after the funeral. Now, if I'd known that Roger had a heart condition, I probably wouldn't have given up on that first aid course. But the ambulance men were amazing. I take my hat off to them. It was Roger's mother's hat, of course. Now, some of you might think what I did was unkind or even cruel, but Roger's been doing a number of things recently that really irritate me, like waking up. Having said that, his snoring is horrific, so it's touch and go, which is preferable. I had a surprise myself, though, a few days later. I was in the supermarket and I needed to use the loo. And you know what? They've got a condom machine in the ladies at Tesco. I know, you're surprised, aren't you? You thought I shopped at Waitrose. Now, my son talks about sex quite a lot on stage, and I find that quite difficult because I can't remember the last time I did it. It was so boring, I slept the whole way through. Well, that's not strictly true. I woke up just in time for the beginning of the Bake Off final, because you've got to see that live, haven't you? I would rather read a good book than have bad sex. Though I can do both at once. And so could you if you had a Kindle. Now, it may surprise you to know that I was a bit of a late starter sexually. I was 20. That's because I wanted the first one to be special. He was. He had special requirements, that's it. He could only become aroused if we made love outside. Now, I didn't mind that. I'm quite broad-minded, but we were going out in November, so it wasn't ideal. The one after that, he liked to cover me in baby oil while watching videos of Fawlty Towers. And I was fine with that too until he asked me to dress up as Manuel. I thought that was a step too far. My next boyfriend was a masochist and he begged me to hurt him. So I slept with his best friend. wasn't laughing. He said that wasn't what he meant. So I tried to think of something else. I waited till he'd videoed the whole of the Japanese Grand Prix, and then just as he sat down to watch it, I told him who'd won. I think another reason I didn't have sex when I was a teenager, my mother said to me, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Now, in my experience, if you go down about 6 inches, it's a lot quicker, more effective, and you don't have to stand up for so long. Now, another thing my mother used to say, slow burners, they say. Another thing my mother used to say, if she saw an ugly person walking down the road, was, well, he can't help what he looks like, but he could stay indoors. Anyway, I'm glad that you were also beautiful and you came out tonight. My time is up. Thank you so much. I've been Sally Firth. Good night. Thank you.
Do it for Sally Firth. Look at that. Michelle's disappeared off. Mel's been dropped. Seen Sally. Fuck it. He's upgraded. He's gone. So there you go. Is it right? He's right. He's just trying to nip out. His toilet till his Michelle. It's weird. It must be weird though because Michelle.